Recently at Michael's, I found this light-up mini coffin with a really cool spiderweb design on the front. Coming from a craft store, these were obviously made to be painted, but I'm going to take it a step further. First, I want to get rid of the hardware. We won't be needing it for what I have planned. Then we're just going to fill the holes left behind by the screws with some wood glue. Once the glue's dried, we want to get rid of all this flaky wood, so we're going to give it a good sanding. With that done, I have some of this Dollar Tree cutting mat material left over from another project that I'm going to use as a light diffuser. To mark the size and shape, we'll just lay it on the opening of the coffin and dot the corners with a fine tip Sharpie. We'll do this twice to make 2 layers of diffusing material. The first one will be cutting into this weird shape with sections sticking out of each of the edges. Now we're going to fold all those sections. And check to make sure it fits in the coffin. Then we cut out the second one, this time just in the regular coffin shape. And make sure that one fits as well. Now we're going to start adding some details to the edges. Using some air-dried clay and silicone molds from Michael's, we'll add some trim to the lid of the coffin. Gotta make sure it's pressed in there nice and good before peeling it out. Then we cut off the excess clay. And while it's still bendable, use wood glue to attach it. A bit of tape as well to hold it in place until the glue dries. Just be careful not to squish the clay. Next, we have a Dollar Tree document frame also left over from another project. We're going to want to remove the metal bits from the back. They come out pretty easily. Then we'll want to mark and cut out the sections for each side of the coffin. This is one of those things you'll want to leave extra material on and cut down bit by bit later. This stuff is really easy to cut through. You could probably even use one of those flimsy Dollar Tree saws to cut it, but I went ahead and used my Dremel for this. Along the way I cut angles into the ends of each piece so they'll fit together better. With all the pieces cut out and shaved down to the right sizes, it's time to glue them all down. For this I'm using some basic quick drying super glue. I gave it a few minutes to dry before following it up with my favorite E6000 glue to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. Then I wanted to add some handles to the sides, so I enlisted the help of one of these mini skeletons from Dollar Tree. Little did he know he was about to lose all of his limbs for this one. Sorry, little dude. A simple knife should be enough to perform this amputation. Then we can just use scissors to separate the rest of the bones. Once that's done and we figured out all the placements, we can just E6000 them into place and give them some time to dry before turning it over to do the other side. Then to add some more detail to the head and foot ends of the coffin, we can just use the skeleton hands. With that done, I let all the clay and glue dry and cure overnight. The next day, it was time to remove the tape on the clay trim. Then we want to add a coat of Mod Podge to the whole thing to make painting easier as well as add some subtle texture. Once the Mod Podge is dried, it's time to, of course, paint it all black, making sure to get into all the details. After that, we want to dry brush some dark gray onto the coffin to help the details and textures pop and add a bit more of a weathered look to it. Then we gotta make those handles shine by dry brushing some silver paint. I also decided to paint the entire inside of the coffin silver to hopefully help the light from the LED bounce around a bit better and give off a better glow. With all the paint dried, it was finally time to put in the diffusing material and close the lid on this DIY. Big thank you to my Patreon supporters for helping support me and my projects. And if you want to help support my future projects as well as get early access to videos, see work in progress pics of my projects, and occasional behind the scenes videos, consider becoming a patron. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you, my creepy comrades, in another video.